Do not miss your life. On your way to success, freedom, money, accolades, I pray that you never miss out on the beautiful life occurring all around you, begging you to take notice, imploring you to take a moment from all your trying and striving and give way to pause, rest, pace, deep breath, meaningful connection, and the love surrounding you. May you never grow blind to these gifts. Stop waiting to live your life, waiting to be thin enough, to be rich enough, waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for permission because you are enough now. Don't become so focused on the things you want that you forget that you want for nothing. It is so easy to adopt such a narrow view of what life is. It is not striving, it is not achievement, it is not money, it is not becoming so fixated on chasing empty promises of enough that we become blind to the beauty, glory, connections, people, joy, adventure, presence all around us. It is now. May we never miss out on our precious lives, chasing things that are only meant to enhance it, not make it. You are living in the abundance of right now. Don't miss it believing the lie that this is not enough, that you are not enough, that what you have is not enough. You are a wonder. Your life is a miracle. Lean into that. How sad would it be to miss your own life, chasing an elusive lie, dressed as a promise? How sad would it be to lose yourself? A lot of us are rushing through life. Where are we going? What's happening? Is there something at the end, wherever the end is, that I don't know about? Why are we rushing to live our lives? So many of us are so busy moving and achieving and striving that we can't even see the beauty that's around us. What I've learned from this trip is that we need to stop and smell the flowers. Stop and go to the park. Stop and see things that we've never seen before instead of trying to make the destination the destination. So maybe instead of making the destination, we make the journey the destination. We make, where we are today the destination. We try to control so much of our time, our emotions. When we hit some milestone that somebody made up, we spend all this energy trying to control something that was never meant to be controlled. We make choices in our lives, right, that have impact on the rest of our lives and other people. So yes, we have free will in that way. But I think that sometimes we are missing the beauty in life. The beauty in life is not where we think it is. The beauty in life is not in the six-figure job. It's not on vacation. It's not, in marriage. It's not at this goal weight. It's not at this whatever goal that we make up for ourselves. The beauty is now, it's here. But we're going so fast that we can't even see it. When you're driving in a car and you're trying to see the things going by you and they're just going real fast past you. That's how we live our lives. We live our lives in that way, in a way that is not restful, that is not easy, in a way that is rough. We much like cars, how when you drive your car too hard and it starts making noise because we're going over all these bumps, we're not slowing down on speed bumps, we're going too fast. And we wonder why we're so ragged and tired and drained and why we look up and 10 years have passed and we're like, what the heck even happened? What even happened? Because we're not being present. We're not being in the moment. We're trying to be someplace that we can't be. We're trying to time hop and time travel into this great unknown that we think is going to bring us so much joy and pleasure and success and contentment. But the truth is that if you can't be content and pleased and joyful now, you never will be. Because once you get to that precipice, once you get to that place where you're like, wow, look at all the stuff that I've done or all the stuff I've accomplished and look at all that we have. There's always going to be another mountain to climb. There's always going to be something more. There's always going to be something more. And if we're always focused on that more, it'll never feel like enough. It'll never feel like enough. I have to check in with myself because yes, there are things I want to do. Yes, there's money I want to make. Yes, there are places I want to go. A person I want to be, I aim to be. But I have to, in order to be that person, I have to love this person. I have to love this person, in the form that I am today. Not in the form that I hope to be in 10 years, but in this moment today, because I am enough today. And so I have to change my thought process. I have to change the way that I think about myself, the way that I think about my life, the way that I think about this moment, right? This moment, even recording this video, right? Being present and not worrying about how is it going to be received? That's none of my business. Are people going to watch it? I don't know. I hope so. Right. But that's not the point of me making a video. The point isn't, trying to get all these numbers. It's trying to impact lives. Right. And if I keep the main thing, life becomes easier to live. So if the main thing for me is joy, if I'm prioritizing seeing the joy and the beauty in my everyday life, in my every moment, life gets so good. today, not 10. I don't have to wait till 10 years from now. I can be joyful today. We're rushing to go nowhere. When I think about rush hour traffic, it's so funny to watch some people sometimes because they're so impatient, and I can be one of those people. But they're rushing, right? And they're dodging in and out of traffic, exerting all this energy and gas, all this like mental work, right? Just to get to the same red light that I'm at. And I'm looking over at you like, what was all that for? You're endangering your life and the lives of other people just to be sitting at the same red light as me. And I think that we do the same things in our own lives. We rush around. We expel all this energy trying to drive around and maneuver and control and being upset with other people that they're not going fast enough or being in the way, when really the people that are in the way could just be the beauty that we're supposed to recognize in that moment. Instead of us feeling like they're a burden to us, we see them as a gift, right? Like, we're so busy rushing around just to get to the same red light as everybody else. And then the only difference is that we're mad and frustrated now. The person next to us is like jamming, listening to their music, vibing, flowing, having a great time, having a party on their way home from work. We could opt into doing that too. We could have a whole concert in our car too, but we opt into rushing and stressing ourselves out. Why? Why are we putting so much energy into stuff we cannot control? I cannot control what lights pop up. I cannot control if there's an accident along the highway. I cannot control if somebody is going to drive right? I can move away from them, but I can't control that. The same with our lives. All I can control is how I react in the situation, how I show up in the moment, how I maneuver my car. I can turn on my music and have a great time no matter where I am in my life. I don't have to look at everything as like a burden or something that's in the way of me living my life, because I'm living my life now, even while sitting in that traffic. And I could have missed an opportunity to wave and smile at somebody, to see someone, right? I could have missed an opportunity to help somebody on the side of the road, be safe out there though, whose tire is flat. You see what I'm saying? Like, and there are so many things on the side of the road of our lives that we miss out on or miss out being a blessing to other people for, because we're so busy worried about ourselves and where we need to go, when that could have been where we needed to go. Who knows? You helping somebody else with their flat tire, you could have met your best friend. You helping somebody, or waving and smiling at somebody, you could have changed their life because they felt crummy that day and didn't feel like living anymore. Like, you have no idea how much of a blessing you are, not just to yourself, but to other people as well. So we're rushing to get nowhere, right? And missing out on the sweet surprises of life, missing out on the detours, missing out on, the side of the road shows, missing out on the carnivals that we just want to pull over. Like, there's a benefit of slowing down. When you slow down, you're more careful. You're gentle, right? You're making better decisions. You are hopefully making better decisions for all my drivers out there. But when you're slowing down, you're able to see things that you can't see because you're rushing. When you're rushing, there's so much information you're missing, right? And so that's why it's so dangerous. You don't see the kid crossing the street. You don't see the person, with their blinker on next to you trying to get over, because you're going so fast and all you have is tunnel vision. But when you slow down and you assess, is my seatbelt right? Am I comfortable in my seat? Like, little things like that. Is the mirror adjusted so I can see this thing? Like, is the air on? Is the tunes on? Like, all this stuff is important to me. That's the makings of a good road trip. And so for my life, it's the same thing. Does this feel good to me? What can I change? What do I have control over? Can I slow down? What is this detour teaching me? Ooh, what's over here? I said I want to do this thing, but maybe I want to try this thing. Being open to the happy and sweet surprises. You're more careful. You're gentle. You make better decisions, right? You're able to judge things better. You're more present when you slow down. You see everything. You hear everything. You taste everything. You get everything you can out of life. You learn things along the way that you wouldn't have learned rushing, grinding, striving, and you're open again to sweet surprises, following your intuition. You can't hear your intuition if you're always rushing, if other things are always loud. If you have no time for contemplation, you cannot hear yourself. You cannot hear God. You cannot hear your own spirit saying, this don't feel right. I don't feel like, maybe we shouldn't take this way. And then you're mad when you get up in traffic. But your intuition was telling you the whole time, go this way. Try this thing. We're so inundated with messaging from the world that we adopted and think it's our own thinking, and it's not. A lot of the things we think are things that we're taught to think, things that we're taught to believe or own. Things we're taught to believe as truth, when really it's somebody else's truth or somebody else's idea. And we think that, I have to do it this way. Why? You can do it your own way. But again, you have to slow down in order to hear your own way. You got to slow down and take the detour in order to know where you want to go. Some things in life take longer than we expect it to take, but it doesn't mean that we have to be frustrated with it. There are things to be learned in the moment. Sometimes you need to pause and reassess and reflect and reconsider and renegotiate, but you can't do that if you're always rushing, if you're always going, And when you maintain a speed that is gentle and easy, you don't burn yourself out in the process. You don't burn yourself out. The difference between someone reaching a destination with burnout and with joy is that the person with joy was present the entire time. The person with joy is taking their time. The person with joy is sniffing the flowers. Just like that story, the tortoise and the hare. The hare is like, okay, we gotta go. The tortoise is like, I'm going slow. I feel like there's a reason why turtles live so long. There's a reason why they live so long. They go slow. They're so slow. But there's so much beauty we can learn from them. And again, I have to do more research, but this is just my theory. Like, when you do things slowly, it is manageable, right? You can maintain it. It's not something that you're going to like burn out fast and then have to recover from, burn out fast and have to recover from. It's like, no, we're going to keep this slow pace. We're going to get there, relax, wherever there is. And once we get there, I don't have to be burned out and ragged and tired. Too tired to enjoy the celebration, too tired to actually enjoy the destination, and also too tired to enjoy the journey, right? Where the hare is getting there like out of breath, like, oh, girl, that was so much. Hold up, let me lay down, right? You can't even be present in the moment of celebration because you're so tired. Slow down. Everything doesn't have to be done to the 10th degree. Everything don't have to be done hard and fast and big. There is beauty in small and slow and steady. There is joy in that. It feels easier. It feels lighter. But I think this culture in general wants everything big and loud and fast and numerous, right? There's no honor in the small things. There's no honor in the small moments, in the baby steps. There's no honor in that for this culture. This culture is always about like big, go, cars, fast. Like there's like almost the people on the road are honked at and hated more than the people who are swerving in traffic. Why are you going so slow? You hold me up. Sir, you can go around me. It's okay. You can go around me, right? But it's just like, but we'd rather be frustrated at the people holding us back than actually take a note from them and be like, maybe there is something to them driving slow. Maybe they see something I don't see. I'm speeding up and now I can't stop because they saw an accident way before I saw it. Maybe there is something we can learn from people who go slow. When we surrender and understand that things take more time, we're happier, we're lighter, right? When we take the pressure off ourselves to feel like we have to be the person that makes things happen. No, I just need to be in the right place at the right time. And the right place is right here, being present in the moment, following my intuition, being aligned, being clear on what I'm trying to do, being clear on where I'm trying to be aligned with, right? Like that's what it's going to take to slow down. We love to be in control. Humans love to be in control. We love to control everything. When this is going to happen, how it's going to happen, who I'm going to meet there, what it's going to be. But when we open ourselves up to like, okay, I'm just a willing vessel. I'm here. This is what I want to happen. But even if it doesn't happen like that, I'm here either way for whatever I need to learn along this journey. Whatever I need to learn along this journey. I have met some beautiful surprises stopping in places that I've never thought to stop before. I've gotten amazing ideas from visiting places I've never visited before. And even though that is the goal, California, there's still beauty in between. And so I'm loving that. I'm loving it. And when we maintain a speed that is slow or slower paced, right? It's easier on the body, spirit, and mind. It's easier. It feels better. It feels freer. It doesn't feel like we're in a rush. When we take the time off of, this goal, when we take like, I need to reach this goal in 10 years. And if you don't, you feel like you failed. But if you say, I'm going to commit to this thing for 10 years, I'm going to show up to this thing for 10 years, that's different. That's you being aligned and doing what you can do and controlling what you can control instead of saying, you know what, in 10 years, I'm going to be here. You don't know where you're going to be. You might surpass that goal. That might be baby steps to you in 10 years, right? But if you're holding on to that goal, you're not going to be open to the sweet surprises and the more and the better that comes along. And it's okay to be gentle with yourself. Everything don't have to be hard. You are worthy of being gentle. Okay, you're worthy of being handled with gentle, loving care. You're worthy. You're worthy. Despite what the world tells you that like, oh yeah, it has to be hard and tough. You don't have to run a marathon. You can walk. It's okay. You don't have to, dive in the deep end. You can do your little, what do you call it? This, paddle in the shallow end. It doesn't have to be hard to count. It's both water. Walking and running, it's still movement. It still counts, right? Why are we discounting ourselves and our experiences? Why are we discounting the things that feel good to us? Follow that joy because the joy knows. The joy knows. Like, people talk about like following your passion. What I love, Mel Robbins said this, like, don't worry about following your passion. Follow things that bring you energy, that energize you. When you're running and playing sports and laughing with your friends, you know that that brings you joy. Focus on that. Not on what other people say is good enough or is not. You could play tennis without wanting to be a tennis star. Imagine that. Like, you can swim without wanting to be the next Michael Phelps. You can dance without wanting to compete in dance competitions. Everything can be so much easier and lighter if we just allow it to be. If we just go slow. If we just celebrate the slow. If we just take the time to notice, right? You avoid burnout and exhaustion by taking it slower, by taking your time. You don't have to be burned out for it to count. You don't got to reach the finish line crawling on your hands and knees, right? Like scraping yourself together. You don't have to die exhausted. You don't. You can die joyfully and happily. You can live joyfully and happily. A lot of people are waiting to live. Their life is happening now. There's beauty now. There's beauty that you're missing now, thinking, believing the lie that better is out there. It's in here. It's around here. That's where better is. Better is here, being present in the moment. Sprinting is good for short distances. It's great, right? For sprinting, running. I used to sprint, swim. Great, wonderful. 50 free, up and back. But you cannot maintain that. That is not manageable. That is not supposed to hold you over forever. It is supposed to be a means to an end. Sprinting, adrenaline is supposed to get you safe. It's supposed to keep you safe, not keep you thriving and living. You cannot run your life off of adrenaline. You cannot do it. We have to get to a place where we can calmly and joyfully and healthily live the life that we want to live. And we can only do that by going slow. So I hope that this resonated with you. If you did, let me know. Leave a comment, share with somebody. Tell me how you're going to slow down in your own life. And I'm going to share with you my ways I'm going to slow down soon. But I would love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this video, please check out this video. And until next video, y'all, I'll talk to y'all later.